Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where we'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. Today we're going to be having a look at another G.I. Joe Classified series figures. This is going to be the Action Soldier Infantryman from the G.I. Joe Classified line for the 60th anniversary of G.I. Joe. Of course, there's no number on these boxes. As you can see, it is a blister kind of box. You have the regular information, the legalese, blah blah, we don't care about. You have a little picture of the figure. I like the fact of putting a tent. Could be some ideas, Hasbro, if you want to bring up some gear. So this one is done for the 60th anniversary of the G.I. Joe. This is based on the 12-inch line and not on the G.I. Joe with American Heroes. So, of course, we already have the Action Sailor. I did the review already of him. Normally, I should have posted this review, but I had to redo it due to a technical problem about this video. So I will have to upload this one, and I will also link the one for the Action Soldiers. We should be getting two more of this 60th anniversaries. They have been announced. There's the Action Marine. Kind of interesting to see what they did, but the one I'm the most interested in, and I think it will go really well with this one, instead of doing a pilot, they did a halo jumper for the Air Force. So that figure I'm kind of impatient to see. So this figure came out in 2025. So just retail price is $34.99 in the US, $42.99 in Europe. So as you can buy it from your regular shops in the US, everybody is selling this figure in US and North America, of course. Of course, sadly for Europe, if you want this figure, you have to go through Hasbro Pulse. You don't really have much a choice, or you can buy it on the secondary markets from shops or any other retailers. But you're going to be paying him a lot more money because Hasbro doesn't sell directly to the shops. So let's get in and have a closer look at what we get in this box. So, like, this is the deluxe box. Of course, you get tons of stuff. Of course, we get the figure. We get, of course, a backpack. We get the 50 cal with the bipod also. Let's put this here. I'm going to put it on the side because there's so much gear with it. Of course, something that should be given with every G.I. Joe. It's the stand. We have the ammo belt. We have a helmet. We have this part. Who is this removed? We have, of course, his kind of stoner. We do have a pistol for this guy. We have a pair of hands, due to the fact that you can make him with the second head, of course, because you can make him as an Afro-American. The thing that was interesting with these hands is instead of going fully painted and say, well, the guy has gloves on it, they decided to cut it, and then that's wherefore you got two hands on it. Personally, Hasbro, yeah, I know you're trying to save money, and we'll be talking about it also a bit later on, but I would have given you another suggestion. You have the radio, you have, of course, the AR-15 double barrel who's garbage, you have an extra handle for the 50 cal, and then you have a whole bunch of little pouches that we'll be having a closer look afterwards. So this is what you have, and this is what you get in the box. As you can see, pretty complete as a figure. And of course, nearly forgot, due to the fact that it's so small, we have the dog tags. As you can see, really well loaded figure. So let's get a look about the figure. Now, I was talking about Hasbro wanting to save money because they're losing money. I guess you heard about it. So I don't understand why you didn't go for full painted hands. So that means the hands would not change. You would have a head, extra head. This is the African American version of the head. As you can see, it's just a basic repaint of the Caucasian one. The hands are exactly the same. You could have saved. Now, of course, as you know, they're saving money, so we're going to be having some gear popping up. As we can take these two guns, you will know that they came with Big Ben. I will be doing a review for him. There's also the radio, the pistol, the pouches he has, the belt are from Rock and Roll, and of course you're going to recognize the bag that came with Outback. Can't remember for the belt. I don't think this one, I think it's a bit different than the one that comes with Rock and Roll. I don't want to say anything stupid, but it could be different. Of course, we're going to be looking at what everybody wanted on this part was the 50 cal. The big thing that was missing in the G.I. Joe line. It's pretty simple. There's not much action that can be done. Of course, you can remove this and you can decide to put this kind of handle on it to give it this kind of grip. Of course, we all know why we wanted this 50 cal, because our friend Roadblock didn't get it until now. Of course, he will be getting it in the Tiger Force, but we'll be talking about this figure at a later time. But of course, everybody wants to have the 50 cal to go with this figure. Now, when we're talking about the 50 cal, I don't think it's a very good weapon to put. I'm very happy to have it, but I do not believe that this weapon has anything to do in the 50th anniversary, in an army builder line of weapons. Now, also another thing that is a bit disturbing, I'm not a fan of this double barrel AR-15, and Hasbro seems to love it, and I really think it's garbage because the military don't use it. It does not make sense that a tier 1 operator would be using a double barrel gun. This kind of stoner works, if we can say like this, but again, it's a weapon that you can get with some other figures, and I don't think we need to have so many of it. I can understand that you would have a squad with it. The gun is a bit less bent than the one that comes with our friend Big Ben. As you can see, there has the parts that you can put back in over here. It's something of not that bad. Personally, I would have preferred that we would have get these two weapons, though these weapons were the ones who are given with a grunt, but I think these might have made a lot more sense to get these. Now, of course, I can understand that Hasbro could say, well, hey, we don't want to give you the laser rifle with this guy, due to the fact that this is 60th anniversary, has nothing to do with the G.I. Joe in American Heroes, so the ones who know the cartoon know that this is what G.I. Joe was using as a weapon. But this one could have been used as a regular weapon, as an infantry, or even special ops can use this kind of rifle. So I think this one would have been a way better pick than this one here. Of course, you have different molded colors. This one has only the charger coming out. This has this part, and the clip also comes out. But this would have been a bit more interesting in this line of figures. Now, of course, we're going to be taking a closer look at our figure now. Of course, you can remove this, you can put this one over here, so you have the impression he has, but as you can see, it's pretty wobbly. There's nothing really that fixes it in place, and I think it doesn't look good. So I think this is a bit of a waste. I think this looks way better. Should put it here, and what they could have done is should put a piece of tissue here that you could tuck underneath to make it look like if it is not carrying it on his head. So, of course, now we're going to get to the most interesting part. The poncho, it's a nice addition, but really don't really care about it. So let's remove it. And now let's put his dog tags on before we put his head back on. And here we have the figure. As you can see, basic figure hasn't changed. The articulations, all of that are exactly the same. You can see here we have the rock and roll belt, but the most interesting part about this figure, it's the tactical vest. Now, the tactical vest, you have all these little pouches that are interchangeable. You can put them the way you want on it. Let's put this one on this guy here, because it has the little G.I. Joe logo. Not my favorite one, but it will do. You have the rifle pouches. As you can see, those this will not fit into here. This one is a bit smaller. I would have preferred to have two identical. Then afterwards you can gear it up however you want and should pop these things in and decide how you want to custom his belt load on his tactical vest. Of course, the radio comes in the back. I guess you can all understand why I have this extra radio that I don't need anymore. But as you can see, really geared up, really looks neat, and I think this is something that we all wanted, is to have this kind of standard uniform with the belt, with the gear load, the tactical vest. So all of this is really interesting. Now, if you really wanted to be a bit nitpicky about this figure, you could say, hey, there's no knife. I would have not mind seeing a knife, but you have, of course, primary weapons, secondary weapons. So this figure really looks great with this kind of loadout. Of course, you can put the helmet on. If you wanted to be a bit nitpicky, you could say, hey, we could have got a pair of night visions to attach to the helmet. That would be my two biggest complaints, would be to say no night vision and no knife. It could have been added very easily on the side or even over here instead of getting this kind of pouch. As you can see, really looks great on the figure. Now we were talking about the different accessories we use because Hasbro wants to save it, but let's get to the question that everybody is wanting. If you watch my review about the Action Sailor, you know that I did not like it, and this figure had massive issues if you're going to army build. So the question is, how good is the Action Soldier compared to the Action Sailor? So it's going to be quickly said, this figure is stripped perfect. As you can see, you can take some of the older heads. Now I'm going to be starting by the head of Duke. So you can put it on. It doesn't hold on, doesn't clips in properly. But as you can see, it doesn't give this kind of disproportion to the figure as the Action Sailor had. The Action Soldier really looks great with this head. And I mean, come on. You can gear up, you can use the helmet, you can use this, you can really build up your G.I. Joe team and really make it look like it's a real tier 1 operator. Now, of course, we can take some of the other heads. So I was using Tripwire's head. As you can see, clips on, looks nice, perfect fit, no problems. Now, I have some other figures I'll be showing you afterwards. So, of course, here we have a bearded guy, Shipwreck. Shipwreck looks good. Doesn't look out of proportion. When I'm looking at Shipwreck, I really think that they went for a bit of a Chris Kyle version of the head, a bit inspired by the movie Chris American Sniper. Now let's take another one who has a huge head, who really look really bad on the Action Sailor. And here we have our friend Snowjob. As you can see, the head fits. It's maybe not the perfect fit. Of course, you cannot put the helmet on due to the fact that he has a massive hairpiece on. But as you can see, even if you don't put it, the figure doesn't look disproportionate on it. Now, of course, we're going to leave this. Of course, you can build the African-American version of it. So here I have the Stalker head on. It fits okay. There's a bit of a loose on it, but as you can see, if you want to expose it, build up your tier 1 operator with these guys, it works. And over here I have geared up Flint also. Now Flint's head holds in place, but as you can see, you can use it really easily. So as you can see, this figure is perfection for army building, and if you want to build your squad of different G.I. Joes to make them go with a tactical gear. And this one looks amazing. The fact that you have these extra pouches, you can muck around, play around with them, clips them differently, do a different power combination. Of course, if you want to you can put the backpack on also. I mean, this gives you so many possibilities to do something fantastic with this figure. So, what are my final thoughts, and do I believe that this figure is a collectible item? So, for me, this figure, I'm going to do the recap and we're going to be talking about the value. This figure, for me, it's a 9 out of 10. I mean, this, as an army builder, 10 out of 10. This figure is fantastic. As you can see, you can gear it up. There's so many possibilities to do. Of course, as I was saying, I was a bit nitpicky because I really don't think the guns would have gone. There was some better possibilities to do with some other guns that they have already made. I do not care if there was not some paint job applied to it. I understand that Hasbro wants to save, but afterwards, nothing that you could not do a little customization on. But this, for me, is a 9 out of 10. I would even go to 9.5 out of 10, even if I was nitpicky about not having this extra knife or even having the night visions. Now, let's talk about what do I believe about the investment part about this figure. Now, If you're in Europe and you did not pre-order it, well, you're going to have a big problem, because this figure is now sold out on Hasbro Pulse. It's not available. The Action Sailor is still available, but I think he's still up in pre-order. So I don't know what's going on with that figure. But these guys are sold out. And by the way, they're sold out. I do not think that Hasbro will be restocking any of these. You can still get them on in America, or you can go and see maybe a shop around, maybe see if there's any local shop or anybody else can help you out get some of these extra figures. But they are really worth picking up, due to the fact that there are army builders that you can do so much stuff with it. People are going to do like I did, are going to buy a few extras. Now, this is why for collector, not only this is the only set I haven't seen yet. I could be mistaken, and if I am, please correct me and section underneath this video to say is it true or not, but I would say 99.9% sure that this set has never gone on promotion, nor at Walmart, nor at Target, nor on Amazon. So this shows you that this figure has a high stand and hasn't shot down in prices like most of the G.I. Joe Classified series who went on clearance. Now, I'm not saying that these guys will not go, if they're still available for Black Friday or this kind of stuff, they still might go up out on a discount. If they do, pick some up. This is a really good, worth purchasing. I'm sure down the lane that these figures will be worth something in a few years. I would even bet that depending how the Halo guy looks, this would be the best one of the 4 figures that they did for the 60th anniversary. So that's going to be it for the review of this Action Soldier. If you liked it, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. You can follow me on my different social medias. I have Facebook, Instagram. Facebook, I post some pictures. I have some stuff that I'm selling, so go and check it out. The links are in the description, as I said. So that's going to be it, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!